What's up, William? John Cooper in the house. Talking about a little outside playing. Made easy. One more time. And nobody really does it like Sean Tubbs, and I've watched his new video on Reverb, and it was killer, chock full of some really cool licks. And some of them that I really love was really great idea there. Another one that he kind of gets into is this kind of idea. Kind of jumping back and forth between E into a kind of a C7. It has a great lick over that, which is... Oh, one more time. So there's like really a lot of ideas here that I want to talk about today. How you can take the outside thing and make it easier. And imply some of this stuff into your playing. Again, you're probably going to hear a lot of licks from Sean Tubbs. I just in general, the way he kind of gets inside and outside on playing is something that I really love. And you know, he released the video talking about reverb and how much you use. I use gobs of echo and stuff. I really like that kind of sound, especially in ballads. But we're going to be talking about some of the ideas that he played in that video, which I love. Again, there's a couple that I like. We're like, and then the other one was some really great ideas. It's stacking triads, like flat 5 triads. It's kind of a Jimmy Herring idea. Tom Quill was talking about some of this stuff at the Woodshed camp, playing. And kind of yeah, coming down with a flat 5 one time. Those kind of things, right? And I want to talk about how you can add some of that stuff to your playing. Again, today brought to you by the fine folks at the Vidami machine. Here it is. Boom. There you go. I got my window and window now. Trying to get warmed up, get loosened up a little bit today. Without this, you know, you're going to have a hard time learning some of this stuff. I use this thing all the time. I use it to transcribe licks and steal ideas from my favorite players. Using the loop function right there, you can see it next to my pinky. Yeah, this one Bluetooths in. You can grab information from YouTube or Patreon or TrueFire, any of these platforms, put it in the Vidami machine by simply mashing a button. Boom, play, pause, slow down, loop it. You can do all of these things with this item. Doesn't gum up your workspace with cables, just Bluetooths right in. And that's the machine, and those are the folks that help us do this cool hang every Tuesday. So with that said, let's talk about playing outside. And how we can do it and make it easier. So some of those ideas obviously are going to be coming from courtesy of Sean Tubbs. I love it. I can't give him enough credit for these kind of ideas. And how I mix them around. Okay, so before we can play outside, we need to play inside. So today we're going to be talking about minor pentatonic that we all know and love right here. Okay, playing things in 3 octaves. Okay, here's a little tip for playing things in 3 octaves where you go, and we have these notes where it's like I'm framing the E minor pentatonic thing. 4, 5, 7, 1. Flat 7. I'm sure somebody will chime in the comments. It's a flat 7. Yeah, it's flat 7. I rarely speak in accidentals. I accidentally don't speak in accidentals. Yeah, flat 7. 4, 5, A, B, 7, 1. Now, if you take this block and you move it down a string set, so we're going to take it down to the D and G strings and move it up a whole step, it's the same thing in a new octave. Okay, now from there, if we do the same thing again, move it up to the top 2 strings and move it up a minor third. Remember, you have to move it an extra fret, right? You have to move it an extra fret. Gives us that thing. I use this a lot to get around some of those crazy wide. Those kind of licks. Those kind of licks a lot. So I'm using this trick all the time. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get outside by using the flat 5. So flat 5 is the thing that you're using a lot of the time when you're playing blues licks. By playing that, because you're hearing it go. The Paul Gilbertism. That's the Paul thing, right? So when we hear the flat 5, most of the time we're hearing it as kind of like a passing tone. We always hear it sandwiched between 4 and 5, A and B. Go back to E. So one thing that will make some stuff sound outside immediately, this is the get rich quick scheme of the video. So if there's a get rich quick moment, here it is. We're going to not frame that flat 5, okay? So I'm going to rarely use passing tones 4 and 5 around it, okay? 1, 2, minor third, 4, 5, flat 5, 5. So what if we just take 7, 1, minor third, flat 5, instead of going, or instead of playing all those notes, we're just going. Now it sounds super. Now it's immediately starting to sound a little more outside. Okay, one more time. We're going to take 7. Here's 1, minor 3, flat 5, 7. So you get this. So, right. So as I just noodle around and I'm just kind of meandering, I'm not really trying to play the greatest thing ever on the planet. It's certainly not. But I'm just noodling around this area. And then I'll come back inside. One more time. 7-1. 3 flat 5. 7-1. 3 flat 5. 7-1. 3 flat 5. And you start seeing that flat 5 as a dominant 7 to key of C. Another one would be using the minor third string as an advantage, okay? Instead of framing up your box like this, instead of being Paul Gilbert, you know, you can take the Sean Tubbs approach. Another really great lick he does. But basically seeing... Okay. Everybody kind of get what we got going on here? So Joe Schmo is saying the Marty Friedman approach. I really don't have any expertise in Marty Friedman. I don't listen to Megadeth. I never did. I don't think it's bad. I think it's great. It's legendary metal, but for whatever reason, it just didn't click with me. So I don't have any expertise on Marty. Ben Eller is your guy to talk about Marty Friedman. But I watched that Sean Tubbs video this week about 100 times, stealing licks from it. And it's one of my favorite licks he does in the whole thing. Just really comes by slick and clever. And Sean's really great with ornaments on his playing. He does one lick, I think it's a... So you can see as I'm getting down through it. Let's start at Pentatonic. if you wanted to just be stupid on the back of it. So that's like combining some of my tips and tricks with some of Sean's isms, extending that pentatonic out to where it sits like those kind of things. Right? A little bit more of a Jimmy Herring. So that's kind of taking this idea. You guys see how I'm blending into that? Is that working for you? Kind of a diminished thing. Built around B flat. Okay, right? So let me slow those down one more time. We can slow those down. I see some people asking for that slower. Again, let's just take them. Let's take the main area of what I'm doing, which is like this minor pentatonic thing. And I'm not gonna play A. I'm gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna make that A a B flat every time. Somebody says, what would Steve Morse do? Those kind of things. That might be a Steve-ism. That was something Steve Morse would do. Those kind of Dixie Dregs things that I stole. Yeah, so to make some of this stuff make easier for your brain, make easier, please. Don't use the A. Or rarely use the A. And use the B flat instead. I would use that A maybe as a transition note right there. Somebody's thinking about the chords of the diminished. They sit on all these flat 5-to-1 changes. That sits here too. Right. that's here. See how it doesn't, now when I start dodging that flat 5 altogether, it doesn't sound outside. It's got more of the Eric Johnson flavor. Let's insert it back in. Sorry, one more time. Right. You can frame it out and arpeggiate it as well. Right. It sounds wild after playing outside for so long. Playing outside, you got to come back indoors. You know, that's the trick. Does that make sense to you guys? Check the chat out. Shreddy Seanisms. Yeah, man. My favorite one for that thing. That lick is so nasty. When he played that, I just laughed. I just freaking laughed. One more time. One more time. Just so good, dude. Yeah, I mean, Tom, you can call, like, here's the thing, guys. You can call this note whatever you want. You can call it fire hydrant. Like, it really doesn't matter what you name it. It matters if you can hear the sound and see it on the fretboard laid out. Like, right? So, like, I see this right here. That's a third. Like, if I just put that down, that's a third right there. Look. Put it here, it's a third for E. So it's a matter of, like, seeing flat 5 as this thing, right? That's a tricky move. One more time with the lick, Scott. Yeah. Obviously, I'm no Sean Tubbs, but that's the kind of idea he's got. Coming through that thing. Like a minor 5. Or an AUG. Kind of around that thing. It wasn't a track, Scott. It was just him on the reverb video that he did this week. It was really killer. Yeah. And if you guys are on my Patreon, this is a shameless plug. We talk about things like this all the time. I encourage everyone to go check it out. It's got hundreds of videos, like 600 videos. Patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. And every week we do a weekly live Zoom masterclass and break down ideas like this. Like I'll post, some ideas and be like, hey, this is where I got it from. Now check it out. Here's how I can twist it and manipulate it to suit your evil means. And that's kind of like where this stuff came from this week. So obviously I'm playing through a C7 there. And back to E. So that's kind of how it seems to be to like add stuff to make stuff play outside easier. That was like more of a whole tone thing. You kind of play outside. That kind of thing. Kind of leads to a 4-chord really nice. Kind of like adding it into some more of that Texas-y thing is really nice too. Yeah, and I've been playing on the bridge pickup, and it sounds nice on the neck pickup too. I use the neck pickup for more alternate picking. So I'm just trying to keep reiterating the same thing. It's funny, man. The tone, man, it's straight up. It's just Bella, gearbox, aux, same deal. I always use the same stuff because it sounds so good, I've become such a fan of just clean pedal platforms. They sound awesome. So that's kind of my thoughts on making outside stuff play a little bit easier. Yeah, it's the Bella, Michael. Yeah. So funny, man. We laughed this week in my Patreon a lot. So many guys have such great tone with just clean pedal platforms like Mark and Andy Timmons and stuff. And, it's so funny that like guys buy amps with distortion channels, and they're like, oh man, I can't get it to sound like, Andy Timmons or Eric Johnson or whatever. And it's like, yeah, man, they're not using amps with distortion channels. I mean, Eric Johnson's Plexi isn't Van Halen level dirty. Not even close. He's using that tube driver and the fuzz face to get it to get on into filth. Andy Timmons, God, I mean, for the past however many years, I haven't seen him use his dirt channel. He uses that AT pedal on the clean channel. Sounds amazing. Mark Lettieri, another guy, great tone, and he uses it for the pedal platform. Joe Johnson's in the house. He says, does your technique ever fall apart? I feel like my technique falls apart every day. I'm always trying to work hard to sound good. I mean, it is interesting because when we think about technique and maintenance and stuff, it's like, to me, it's trying to focus on the sounds of the guitar first and let the technique hopefully follow suit from there. Like, do I want the notes to have that honkiness, or do I want them to be real smooth, Sorry. Speaking of technique falling apart, I just totally blew a minor third. Kind of a smoother sound that I maybe even roll the tone. Playing those Eric Johnson things, alternate picked is nice too if you want to work on your technique. There you go. That kind of thing. I'm in the clean pedal platform club, Leo says, and it seems to me that it tends to be more consistent. I love it. It's nice. It really is. And it's nice on like different kinds of tones. I feel like I've got more at my disposal. Yep. Scott North says, what note do you go to next in the 5-note groupings? So I'm playing just down pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go to the D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the B. A. G. E. D. PM audio production, light compressor, blues, clon drive, timeline, noise suppressor through the super clean channel. Yeah, rarely do I need a noise gate. I can live with a little bit of noise. This is the noisiest my rig is. And it's only because that's the neckmost coil of the humbucker. If I go to the humbucker, it's fine. If I go to any other selector, it's fine. So I just live with a little bit on that neck. But I look that stratty thing that it can do. Right? Here's the clean channel. I mean, to not be a real telly and have a single coil, that's pretty convincing. That's like the Albert Lee way of doing those. You know. Yeah, and then I've got a push-pull down here that splits the signal from series to parallel, right? So I get that kind of sound. This guy says, is that really the gearbox? Doesn't sound as driven. I mean, like, here's my sounds. Here's the clean. Here's the push-pull. Yeah, some of those double stops sound really great with those. And then, you know, here's the stratty kind of thing. Everything. The stratty neck thing. The neck most thing. Kind of good for the jazzy thing, right? The next setting is but that has the Sir Woodshed comp on. This next setting is the Sir Sheba overdrive with the Woodshed comp. A little more boxy sounding. Sounds nice. Kind of rude sounding. And then the Pantheon, which is a really great pedal. Really rude sounding. I love it. And then the Shred Supreme, the gearbox. And then with the just the red side. the gearbox, yeah. With just the red side. And then with the blue side on, it's a little more of the, you know, Steve Mills thing. Get it really Eric Johnson-y. Rolling the mids down. Put on more echo. Sorry, I suck. There we go. So yeah, can you demonstrate the Sean Lane super bubblish diminished lick that he does? I don't know which one that is. When I do those kind of bubbly diminished things, I shape them out like this. Oh, sorry. A little less echo there. Yeah, Bears fan. Go Bears. Look at that. Big win this week, rocking the merch. The Bears win on the weekend. I'm wearing Bears hats on Tuesday. That's a fact right there. Go Bears. So, like, the diminished thing. That's how I play those, right? Time. Ah, sorry. Play all that crap and then fumble something stupid. Randy Heston down here probably not going to be wearing that hat a lot. I mean, that's coming from a Cowboys fan. Come on, Randy. I don't know. Are you a Cowboys fan? Are you a Texans fan? I can't remember which one you are. Clinton Tucker saying the diminished idea that you were playing. Would you substitute that over an A7 chord or an E minor chord as well? I mean, if I have diminished an E minor, I would use it over the 5 chord, and I would play E flat diminished. Does that make sense? Because it frames the B7 chord. Here's B7. Randy says neither. I wouldn't be either. Okay, and then here's the diminished. So there's B7. Here's diminished. So I would use it over that. Sorry, I'm sloppy. That's what it is. So, yeah, sorry. When I slow it down, it gets really confusing in my head. Sebastian Blanco from Peru wants to know about alternate picking. When I practice alternate picking, I'm usually practicing fiddle tunes. I'm not really ever practicing shred stuff. I'm usually practicing things using a capo to play a fiddle tune, you know. It's like if I was going to play, you know, bluegrass. Those kind of things. Because it's unforgiving. So that's kind of how, when I'm thinking of alternate picking, I'm thinking of bluegrass songs. So you guys are talking about the Sean Lane thing a lot. Yeah, I mean, what's important to me is when I stand up to play, I can still play. Right? I like to play standing up. I don't like to play in general in a chair in front of a camera in a studio. It's not really as fun as playing for a crowd, right? So like when you guys are in the room, it makes it feel a little bit like a live room. But in general, like when I see energy and feel energy from the audience, I want to be able to play you know, all my stuff. So when things get wide like this, like that's dumb for me. Great, Sean Lane could play it standing up. I'm not Sean Lane, you know? Like, I can't do it. So I want to be able to play the things that I can play standing up, and that means taking some of these elongated shapes and turning those maybe into something like this. Like I'm using those things maybe. And if I had some kind of like, you know, fret wrap or something, that I would use it like that, right? So like I could do that standing up. Like I'd play all those things standing up. All those kind of robot licks, but I don't really play those kind of things. So if you wanted to, it would be like this, slow. and so forth. Then you just speed it up. Yeah, that's what Buckethead did. He didn't realize Sean was playing him 3 notes per string. Yeah, I don't know. And like for me, it's like I enjoy the sound of it more like this. That kind of thing. You know? I don't know. I don't really like get that far into it as far as that licks like that tend to be like kind of gimmicky or whatever. Not in a bad way, but it's just like you can't do it all night long, so it doesn't have a lot of sustainability to the audience. Like that's a gimmick that I would use like one time in the entire show. And that's something that's important to me about thinking about the way that I'm playing, is thinking about how it translates to a show. So if you're flooring it with all that like diminished stuff the entire time, it's no longer like special. So my brain's like, okay, cool, learn it for like one thing, you know. Does that make sense to you guys, or does it sound like I don't mean it to sound like I'm not excited when I hear Sean do it, but I am. Like Sean Lane's incredible, and I wore out that REH video, but it was like the thing where it's like if I use that thing in a show more than once, it was like, oh, he's doing that specific thing again. It's like Eddie Van Halen in The Drill. Like he used it on Pound Cake, and it was cool because it just showed up in Pound Cake at the intro and at the solo, and it was like cool for that. But if you use a drill on every song, it's no longer cool, and that's the way that diminished thing kind of hits me. It's like a shtick, like a gimmick or whatever. Yeah, the end of a fireworks show, right? It's the big craziness. Jay says, we just want you to do stupid human tricks on guitar. Yeah, it is. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing. Like stupid human tricks. I love that terminology. Really cool day today. Yeah, that's great. Typing Hazard says, nobody buys a fancy car and does donuts for hours. You know, exactly. Yeah, it has to have feel. Yeah. Cool day today. Your friend and mine, Jared James Nichols, is filming his music video here in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is really cool. I'm going to take a break from the playing. That was a lot of notes. I apologize. We crossed the note threshold a long time ago today. But Jared James Nichols today is filming his video in Knoxville, which is cool. I love that. And he's filming it at the Open Chord, which is a great venue. Open Chord is getting a really cool reputation, which I'm very proud of. It's a kind of like the old school Tone Merchants or like Guitar Sanctuary or whatever, where it's a venue and a store all in one. And man, it's really cool. Jared's filming his video there. Tonight they're going to have an audience be there and like film it with the audience, which is really cool. Also today in Knoxville, we have Bret Michaels of Poison. Right? That guy's coming. So he's going to do his thing. So I'm going to go check that out. A friend of mine in the music industry is here in town, and we're going to go together and check that out, hang out with him for a bit. And I'm excited because I like all that stuff. You guys that are in my Patreon, that are in the Woodshed Patreon, and you hang out with me every week, you know that I like the spandex and the hairspray and the neon pink. I love it. Mr. Solanke with the $10, thank you for your coffee fund and for the DoD FX17 being the best Y ever. Man, thank you. That's really great. Yeah, the thing tonight's going to be Bret Michaels, which is going to be really cool. I'll try to get some video footage for the guys that hang out on the Patreon. DJ Rock says, Too Many Notes by Steve Morse is a great alternate picking exercise. I think it's a great song. I think it's beyond an exercise, and it's a great song, and I love it. And we've been covering it live. If you've been sniffing around my Instagram, or if you've seen one of the shorts on YouTube, you know that we've been playing that tune live, and it's a extremely difficult song to play, which is really fun. But we played it at the Woodshed event, the Woodshed Guitar Experience. And boy, oh boy, have I got some good news for you guys. I can't wait to announce it. We've got some exciting stuff for next year's Woodshed. Ooh, it's going to be tasty. Yeah, it's going to be good. So with that said, let's take a little second. If there's been any moment out of today's Shred-a-thon, we've been hitting a lot of shred today. Right here's the answer to learn it. You can grab videos. We leave these videos up for you guys. You see the logo here, right here. You see the logo right there. And the device in my hand with Vidami. That's the only way we get to hang out week in and week out on Tuesdays. These guys right here are fantastic. This product is amazing. You see some kind of tasty lick, maybe from me or, some of the guys we're talking about, Jared or Sean, or even old videos of Sean Lane, and you want to learn it, you can grab it on YouTube with this device. It just Bluetooths to your iPad or your computer or whatever, and you lock in the section of music that you want. You can loop that section of music. You control the speed. You could go backwards and forwards. Pause it. This is my most used button. Pause. What was that? Okay, backwards, pause. You get a 10% discount today. If you go over to the right in the chat, you can see 10% discount with Vidami. Click on that link. Use code Woodshed Live 10. Get you a 10% discount on this bad boy. This will, if you use it, you will become a better guitar player. It helps you slow things down, learn things accurately. To me, all the technique, all the chops, all that stuff just comes from the goal of trying to be accurate, trying to be precise and clear in the delivery of each note. It's a daily struggle for me to become a better player, as it is for all of us. And you guys may not believe it, but I struggle with the same mental things that you guys do, where it's just like, man, I'm not getting any better. And I just keep trying to get better. And so, I kick on a video or a piece of music from something that I love, and I dig in and I use the Vidami to help me do it, and it helps me grow as a player. And it's a valuable tool. That's the way that I look at it. Like anything else that we've got, is you're just looking for a valuable tool. So without that, Vidami, without those guys, we wouldn't be able to create this hang. Also, I'm getting a little note right now. I'm getting an update saying Vidami just released a new update today with 5 new platforms. Holy crap. So Peghead Nation is in there, and they have a great new feature, which is Vidami Speed Controller. I'm not even aware of this, so I need to update my Vidami. And it says you could go to the Vidami website and check out the details of the new update. So I'm actually going to update my Vidami and dig in. With that said, man, I'm looking forward to a big night. I'm going to listen to some hair metal, some Bret Michaels, and I can't wait. And I'll try to get you guys some footage for the Patreon members. That's the Woodshed Patreon. That's patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. We actually will be doing our live Zoom masterclass. So if you ever think about like being a part of these types of things, and you got your guitar in your hand and you want to ask questions and things like that, join up at Patreon and join in on our Zoom call. It takes place every Wednesday. It's fantastic. We've got a great group of guys over there. Jay, Jim, Randy, all you guys that I see, man, they can vouch on how cool that hang is and that community is. PM Audio Production is saying good hand exercises for overplaying. I mean, all that stuff just comes from not thinking about exercises, thinking about music, right? So if you want a good exercise, learn Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. It's nonstop alternate picking, right? It's got the whole thing that you might be interested in. Sorry, I butchered it. You know, that would be the ironic thing. So thinking about music is always the better answer than thinking about exercises. Exercises aren't music. So find music that does the thing that you want it to do and learn the music. Why exercise? Just go learn the music. It's music. It's musical. Exercises tend to never be musical. Kamar says, unpopular opinion, Randy during the Ozzy years had the worst tone. I agree. I think Randy's live tone was better than his recorded tone. But yeah, those album cuts are not for me. It's not my kind of tone. I did like Zach's tone a lot. Out of the Ozzy guitarist, Zach easily has my favorite tone. No More Tears, dude. Yes, that is the tone. What's my favorite Randy Rhoads solo? It's got to be Crazy Train. Like it's got to be. It's got all the stuff that I like. It's got to be that. What a player though. Yeah, for sure. And that gets me fired up for tonight. Thank you guys for an amazing hang today. One more time, if you're looking to buy my tones and your Axe effects, things like that, man, go to andywoodmusic.com. If you want to sign up and get an early bird discount for next year's Woodshed, go to woodshedguitarexperience.com. It's a 4-day, 3-night event. And we have some of the best guitar players on the planet. So, yeah, we've had Brent Mason, we've had Greg Koch, Guthrie Trapp, Tosin Abasi, Joe Bonamassa, Robin Ford. The list goes on and on. Mark Lettieri, Andy Timmons, like just the finest of guitar players have blessed that stage with their talents. Next year will be no different. We were putting together something really special. So, andywoodmusic.com, woodshedguitarexperience.com, Vidami, you hit them up for sure. Grab the discount. You can see the link with the Vidami with the blue wrench and get that 10 discount code, right? Get that 10%, Woodshed Live 10. And then if you want to join me on tomorrow night for the Zoom hang, those happen once a week. So you get 4 of those for $25 a month. You get 4 of those, 4 live master classes, hundreds of videos. I upload new videos multiple times a week. That's all on patreon.com/AndyWoodMusic. And that will do it for this week. I enjoyed the hang. I hope you enjoyed the hang. I've been me. You've been you. And I bid you farewell.